What's up friends, Chook here and welcome back to Bit Heroes. It is Thursday, it's capture rate day. I got something stuck in my throat that was really embarrassing. And here we go, 50% capture rate and 40% from our runes here. So we got 90%, which is, you know, basically nothing. Right? It's not going to do us any good, especially for Oxla. If we're going for something else, perhaps, for Oxla, not really. I did have 400 energy. I did the old energy raid shard swap thing and got 4 raids, and I had the 9 originally, so we got 13. Maybe we'll get through all 13, maybe not, but let's start, right? So, Oxla, still Oxla. I've made a decision. I know it's not right. I'm just gonna keep saying Oxla and try to stop trying to correct myself, even though in the comments, it's always Oxla, it's always Oxla. It's Oxla, alright? For me, it's Oxla, I don't care. So, we're doing Oxla farm, and we will continue to do so until the new raid is out, pretty much. Apart from Sunday, we will continue to do, Raid 6 Heroic in the search for, Columbusum, sure, schematic, alright? I love this game. I freaking hate the names they give shit, because they're stupid, and I can't pronounce anything very well at all, in general, let alone when they throw random ass names at you. So, I mean, look at this, right? Let's look. What are the names of some of these things? Gak, Sug, Baumo, Boo Boo, that's fine. Batty, that's fine. Skeleto, Krusty, like it's these ones are the Zorul, Tilk, Crackers, Rollace, and then we get to like the mythics and stuff. Like we can't even see what the Gobby, go away. Gobby, go away. Gobby? Thank you. Like what is this? Svernin. What kind of name is Svernin? Or something else. Something else that's weird. Right? There's gotta be one. There's all sorts of manner of just stupid names. Garek, Robomax 6000, etc. Anyway, I'm sure you're all aware of the dumb names. And then when they fuse together, it's even more dumb. So, yeah. We're going for Oxla, but that's it. Too bad, too sad. Either way, we need one. That's all we need, just one. I'm not going to bother trying to stable them or anything, because that's ridiculous. Once we get him, it's a tough one. We'll probably go back to trying to max out Walkham, right? Because that's the main draw card. That's the main thing we're still trying to do. Is max out that Walkham and get him +5, because so far it's taking like 8.5 years to try and do it. But maybe we'll get there one day. But the Oxla is important, right? Because I want that good tank for the new tier. Because we don't know what's coming, right? But there's still the update is just new content coming soon. And they're so lazy. They're so lazy they can't even bother making the announcement an animation. It's just a still image, which is like really like how are you supposed to get excited? It's just like that's all it is. It's just a still image. At least like make it move or something. No, maybe. Am I on my own there? I'm probably on my own there. But yeah, still coming soon. No knowledge of when that is. I think I mentioned when it would have been the Sunday video, that I think it's at least a week, probably 2 weeks away. Well, yeah, at least a week, probably 2 weeks. But we'll see. We don't know. It might just drop this Saturday. Could do. I doubt it. It could do. But you know, everyone is kind of hanging for it. There are some people that are like, oh, I hope it's pushed back a few weeks. I hope it's pushed back a few weeks so that they can, you know, get enough TS so that they can like do it, do the new zone and everything. So you know that they're hoping that they've got a little bit more time to get like legendaries and stuff so that they can like not just stuck in raid 6 and tier 9 for like another month when the new raid comes out, because they want to like do the new raid. And then, you know, there's the opposite, where everyone that's in current tier stuff is just like, come on, don't tease us for so long, just bring it out already. So, you know, you're never going to be able to cater for everybody and make everybody happy, but I'm not too bothered. I mean, I would like new content because, you know, it's been since September, I think it was, that Raid 6 came out, Tier 9 came out, so it's, what, 5 months, going on 6 months. So, you know, it's probably time. But I do want this Oxla, so if we get this Oxla today, for instance, then yeah, then I want the new content like tomorrow, right? Because there's nothing else that's holding me back. But it'll come when it comes, right? You know, if you're playing Bit Heroes, you've learned to be patient if you're not a patient person already, or you've had to deal with, you know, having to be patient, because that's the type of game it is. So, you know, it fits in with that. It'll come eventually. Just like the schematics and everything else that you're after. Eventually you'll get it. Eventually the new tier will come out. So we just have to wait. But they still haven't done any update or anything. Like, this week's update, this week's news was horrible. Like, look at this, notes. New PvP gauntlet and fishing event now available. Woo! Exciting, right? This is all like, look, all this new shit's happening. We're changing some stuff. Existing events like PvP are gonna get updates. Various other adjustments. Woo! Finally, the new update will bring new exciting features to familiars, and we're gonna like even out tanks and DPS and all this cool stuff. Hooray! Get excited. Next week, yeah, there's a new PvP event. Have fun. Seems a bit odd, but it is what it is. Now, a little update of my own. I will be going into this over the next probably next month. That's probably, fuck, I've said that word way too many times. A better way of putting it. So you're going to hear this information over and over again if you watch every single one of my videos, and if you do, I apologize. But for the people that just like watch it here and there, or for anyone new and this is like the first video you're seeing, that sort of stuff, this is more relevant to you guys. And the news is that I have decided that this will be, February will be the last month of me adding people to my friends list waiting list. It's just getting kind of unmanageable and a little bit tedious. Well, very tedious, if I'm being honest. And you know, I've been making videos on Bit Heroes and adding people to my friends list since like April last year. So it's almost come full year. It's been 10 months that I've been adding people to the list and managing the list and adding people and like viewing their in-game name to see if they're still like current and active, and deleting the ones that aren't. And it's just like between like having like a wife and doing husbandly duties and spending time with her, and spending a lot of time with my family and friends and work and everything else, and then recording videos for YouTube, and then just finding like time in my you know, in my life to play my own games and stuff. I've run out of time and things to worry about the waiting list. So that was a big, long, convoluted way of saying that. But again, I'm gonna probably say that in every video for the next month or so, so people kind of understand. In case, like I said, people, you know, just view a video once or twice here or there. And I'll probably make a video, like a short little video or an update or something about that specific topic as well. But if you are on the waiting list, don't worry, you will get added eventually. From last month to this month it's got a lot larger. So when I do, I'll still do my end of February update video, so you can see where you are on the list if you are on the list. But I won't make another update video after that. But if you are on the list, I will add you eventually. When you know, people go offline and I kick them and I add the top of the list and all that sort of stuff, you will get added. So come the waiting list video at the end of Feb, if you're on that list, you will be added eventually. Once that list is gone through and like I've exhausted it all, if people go offline and stuff and I kick them and I've got new spots, I'll just give away random spots. Like I'll do a giveaway thing on my Discord channel. So if you're seeing this video like months down the track or something, I just in general, I recommend everyone joining my Discord channel. If you're like at least for the Bit Heroes aspect, there's a ton of people on there from all levels and stuff that are helpful and give advice and hints and friend slots and all that stuff. So if you're new to Bit Heroes or just play in general, and you're looking for other Bit Hero players and stuff that are actually helpful and not like the official Bit Heroes server, which is just the worst, apart from the like Hunger Games thing that they do where they give away slots. I don't know, I've never done that, so I don't quite understand what that is or how that works, but I know it exists. But in general, the Bit Hero, I spent a bit of time, like a couple of days, in the official Bit Heroes Discord server, and it was a hot mess. There was just people talking over each other and elitist mentalities and all that sort of stuff. So if you're looking for like a chill Bit Heroes place where people actually help and offer advice and friend slots and all that, then I recommend joining mine. And well, joining the channel is not mine, but you know what I'm talking and getting help there. And that's where I will be doing future like friend slots giveaways and all that good stuff. But I hope you guys understand if you are on the waiting list or anything. Like, it's just getting a bit, I don't have time to do it basically. And it's just, you know, I've been doing it for 10 months, nearly a year. I think it's probably enough time that I can just drop that and make my life a little bit easier. That would be good. So yeah, I'll probably do, maybe I'll do like an intro, like I'll record an intro and put it at the start of every Bit Heroes video for like a month or something. So I don't have to keep repeating myself. I'll just record like a little, you know, 30-second segment or something and put it at the start of every video. That's probably what I'll do, because that's easier, right, than me having to remember and get on a tangent and talk about things and, you know, take my time explaining and waffling on and ranting and stuff. So yeah, just be prepared that that's coming for the next little while, and you know, it's probably a little bit of an annoyance to a lot of you, but I gotta do what I gotta do, right? So that's friend slot thing out of the way. But yeah, that just be prepared to hear that more and more in the next couple of weeks or months or whatever. What else can we talk about? We've pretty much covered all of the fam stuff, right? And all of the new content stuff, and we haven't really speculated about much. Oh, we got a legendary, hooray. We haven't really speculated much about what it could be. I guess we could go into that. I haven't really had too much of a thought about it, to be honest. I did talk about maybe they could bring in, or maybe they will, or I don't know, again, speculation, like new mechanics. Like, I mentioned like a stun feature. I've kind of gone back on that idea because stun is too powerful. Like, if you just hit an enemy and they can't do anything, that's bullshit, because just everybody would run it and the game would just stand still, in PvP at least, and it just seems a bit strong. But what you could do is they could do like a slowing effect, right? Instead of a stun. They might even call it still stun, I don't know, whatever. But it might be like a stacking thing. So if you attack someone, like it might be a 1 SP move or a 2 SP move or something, and you hit the team, the opposition, whatever. Okay, sure. Hooray. If you hit the enemy, right, it might be like, or a silence even. Like, they can't use their SP for 1 turn, something like that. So it's not a stun, they can still attack, but they can't use any of their abilities. That could be cool. Or you could slow them so that they like, it could be like a 2 SP move or something, where it's halve the target's speed stat, or, you know, like they have this power, stamina, and speed, or agility, or whatever it's called, half that stat for 1 turn or something like that, not 2 turns, so that like they don't get as many turns. That, something like that. They could do a poison thing. I briefly talked about that, where it could be, they could go 1 or 2 ways, right? They could do it that every single, it might be this could be like a mythic weapon or something that has a poison element to it, or it could be like a DPS set, like a 4 part of the DPS or something set or something, where it could be either every attack you do poisons the target for a small amount. So let's say every attack you do poisons the target for 50 to 75 damage, but it stacks like 5 times or something. Or they could do it 50% of the, like, you got a 50% chance of poisoning the target for, you know, 200 to 300 damage over 2 rounds or something. So you could have it where it does more damage per proc, but it's harder to, you know, it's less percentage chance of it going off. Or you could have it that every attack you do it, but it's for a little amount that can stack. I don't know, but again, this is all speculation. I doubt they'll do any of this, but I'm just thinking of other kind of tropes in RPG games. And this isn't anything groundbreaking or anything. It's not stuff that's going to break the game. And I've had a chat about this in my Discord server, and some people are like, I like how you know, Bit Heroes is fairly straightforward and there's not that many mechanics to juggle and all that. Another legendary, what the hell? Where's all this raid 6 freaking RNG on capture day? What the shit? 2 legendaries in a row. That's crazy. Yeah, people in my Discord server are just like, I like how Bit Heroes is kind of, you know, straightforward and stuff, and there's not that many mechanics and stuff. But that's true in a way, but it's also not that true, because when it comes to sets and mythics and stuff, there's a lot of, balance isn't the right word. There's a lot of nuances, I guess, in like, oh, hold that thought. Come on, you son of a bitch. I hate your face. I hate your pink face. Oh, fuck All right, let's get back to it. There's a lot of nuances in like mixing gear sets and stuff. So like a lot of people, well, let's see if we can actually address this issue on my friends list. Where is someone that I know has a mixed set? Pros, do you? You've got a 4 out of 4. Okay, well this is kind of works, right? He's got the 4 set and then he's got 2 mythics, right? So, that kind of doesn't really work. Well, it does, but it doesn't. I think Eagle. Rev me up, maybe? No, he's got the 4 set and 2 mythics as well. Okay, it sounds like I'm talking out my ass, but I'm not, I swear it. Okay, Eagle. Is it you? No? Okay, well, look, I take it back. I don't, but I can't be bothered going through every single friend until I find what I'm looking for. But people might have like tanks, for instance, might have the 2-piece set of, I think it's the Arsenal set, right? Let me just pause quickly again. Yeah, I've seen people, tanks have 2 pieces of this Arsenal set, at least to start off with, but it's probably not, you know, the best in slot endgame or anything. But they had the 2-piece of this set for the 2% ricochet chance, and then they had like a 4 set of something else, or another 2 set of something else in mythics and stuff like that. So, you know, like, the game is simplistic in the fact that you go and you hit shit, right? And there's damaging abilities, there's a few healing abilities, and whatnot, right? And then you got mount abilities and stuff. But when you think about like dual strike, quad strike, empower, damage and rage, the set piece bonuses, the mythic bonuses, the mythic and set piece weapons that have different abilities, and all of the kind of combinations of those and nuances of those, and meshing together and working out cool little things and stuff. It gets pretty complicated. You know, it's not just put on a weapon, put on some gear, go around and hit stuff. At the start it is, that's fair enough. But what I'm saying is, when it gets to like in-game sets and mythics and stuff, you can do a little bit of math and figure out what's the best kind of thing to go for and da-da-da-da. So I think just, you know, adding in a set that has poison on it, or a slowing effect or something like that, isn't going to, you know, make people have headaches or something. It's just another cool little thing. Like, they introduced quad strike semi-recently, and you know, it's just another damage buff. Poison could just be another damage buff. Slowing could just be another damage buff. So, you know, I don't know. Again, speculation. I'm just talking out my ass. But that could be something cool, right? Because like I said, I was just thinking of RPG tropes, and like poison is always one. Like a stun is always one. Stuff like that. Like, you think about, there's usually pets in games. We've got pets. If you're looking at stuff like armor and stuff, there's usually stuff like rings and necklaces and stuff like that. They've got that in this. There's usually some games have like wings, like you can like a artifacty wing thing. That's kind of the accessory in this, right? So like Eagle's wearing wings right now. They could bring out like a separate thing that's wings, but I don't think that's going to happen. Mounts, they brought in mounts, so that they've covered a lot of bases. And that kind of ties in a little bit to the discussion we had in a previous video in the last couple of weeks at least, about the themes of we were speculating about what the next raid theme could be. And I said that, you know, they've done a lot. They've done robots, they've done ninjas, they've done pirates, they've done this, they've done that, da-da-da-da. And a few of you actually thought of the same thing, which was, well, one was underwater, which, you know, they've done the pirate, but they could do like a fish one, and with whales and sharks and stuff. That could be cool. I think I may have even mentioned that, I'm not too sure. But some of you mentioned space, and that's cool. You could have like a space themed one. That would be sweet. But you know, they've touched on a lot of the traditional RPG tropes as far as like gear and abilities and all that sort of stuff. And they've touched on a lot of the fantasy RPG stuff as far as theming goes. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. Now, we know that they're going to somewhat even out DPS and tank, which is great for us DPS players. Probably a bit of a kick in the nuts for tank players out there, but you probably had to expect it at some time, right? Tank has been far superior to DPS in the last couple of tiers, right? I've mentioned this many times before, but in pretty much in every game I play, apart from World of Warcraft for some reason, I always go a tank. Pretty much all the time. I just prefer the playstyle, especially if it's like a cooperative thing. If it's just a single player thing, sometimes I go like a DPSC class. I basically never go the mage, ever. Like any magic wielding thing, unless it's evil magic, which kind of sounds edgy, but not. Like I really like the idea of like necromancers and like curses and all that sort of things. And I really like pet classes, which kind of ties into that, like skeletal summons and all that sort of thing. So if there's like that, maybe. And if there's any archery thing, that's if I go DPS, I go the archery one generally because I like archery. I like bow and arrows. Or a pet class. So that's why in WoW I went. My mains were Warlock and Hunter for basically those reasons. Warlock, you know, the demon necromancery thing, demonology thing with pets and curses and stuff, and then Hunter, bow and arrows with a pet. So they both just stood out, and I went, yep. I did also have tanks and stuff. I had a my main tank was a Death Knight. Anyway, that's irrelevant. But basically every game I go, I play a tank, especially if it's cooperative, because one of the real life friends that I play with any cooperative kind of game like that a lot, Raz, who you may have seen on the channel or in Discord or whatever, he, like, no matter what game it is, doesn't matter, like, even if there's not a healer, he'll somehow make a healer, or, I don't know, he's just a healer every single time. So he always goes a healer, I always go a tank, and then we basically have got, like, that covered, and even if it takes us way longer than a DPS thing, we can kind of do everything, because I just don't die, because he keeps healing me, and I just keep tanking shit, and it's great. But in Bid Heroes, God, that was a long tangent segue, wasn't it? Holy crap. I started off, and it was one of those things where I'm like, I go tank all the time, screw it, I'm going to go DPS. And when I started playing, I didn't really know what I was doing. There were really no guide videos out there or anything, so I just started playing, and, you know, at the very start, like, in the first couple of tiers and stuff, right, you're just equipping gear. Oh, there he is, the pink son of a bitch. Alright, you look like a fetus holding a whale. Fuck you. This whole, like, giving him shit before they pop up is not working. Maybe I have to wait till he pops up. But then I'm bribing at him. Well, if he pops up, I can still offend him, right? I'm going to throw money at him. Gems at him. So he's going to come with us anyway. And may as well call him everything under the sun. Anyway, I decided to go DPS for just something different. But at the start of the game, you're just equipping gear, right? There is no build. There is no sets or mythics or anything. You're just equipping your gear. And you either when you equip the gear, you can upgrade it. Into either power, stamina, or speed. I'm like, okay, I don't want to be a tank, so I won't put it into stamina. And I pretty much I split it between power and speed, which is still pretty much what I'm doing now. It was split between power and stamina until like raid 3, and then I pumped pretty much everything into power, and just had the minimum amount of stamina to not die in raid 3. And then recently I've averaged it out. Okay, I don't need you. Okay, thanks. We're getting a lot of capture rate things, actually. Well, not a lot, but a few. So that's good. It's just not the one we need. Yeah, anyway, so I just put stats into whatever I was doing. Had no idea what was going on. Got to raid 1, got some legendaries. Went, sweet, upgraded them, stayed DPS, and pretty much stayed DPS the whole time. Started getting runes and things, and the DPS like route and all that, and just decided, well, I'm DPS, I'm doing it. And then around raid 4, I would say, is when tanks kind of started, well, maybe they shone before then, I'm not sure, as I was a DPS player, as I've just mentioned, in a long convoluted way. But definitely from then on, tanks had the easier run, right? Especially raid 5 and 6, like holy crap, and well, tier 8 and 9. They've just been far superior. Their sets are better. You don't die. You can use basically whatever fams you want. You don't have to like go out and find like an awesome tank fam because you are the tank. There's a shitload more DPS options than tanks. You can run 2 healers, which are also DPS, so you can run like double Wembo, double Walkham, one of each, or anything else you want. It's just a lot easier. But in the expansion, they said, well, it's kind of an expansion. In the new content, they're saying that they're going to, well, hang on. What are their actual words? Let me not paraphrase and read it out properly. With the new content, we've evaluated the balance between DPS and tank, or lack of balance, actually, and we'll introduce changes to even the playing field. So they're aware that the fact that it's a lot harder playing as the DPS. And really, personally, I'm in the worst of the worst. I'm a DPS player that's free to play. Like, if I wanted to play hard mode, this is it, right? Playing as DPS, playing completely free to play, never putting one cent into the game, like, holy crap. So that's kind of good, right? I think even if you're a tank player, you can see it coming. It's better for the game in general because everyone's going to be on more of a level playing field, unless you're one of those elitist type people, which just wants to be the best at everything, and any game that comes out, like, you don't even bother looking at stuff, you just straight go to Google and you're like, what is the best character in this game, or what is the best build, or what is the, and you just do min-max the best thing, and, you know, don't actually bother looking into things or trying to work things out for yourself. If that's you, and you enjoy doing that, who am I to say that that's wrong? If you get your kicks out of it, fine. But that couldn't be less me if it tried. It's not a good way of saying that. That's not me at all. I basically never min-max anything. I just play the games how I play them. I pick up skills that sound interesting, rather than, like, you know, the best of the best. Because you just get, like, too strong and then the game's easy and stuff. Unless that's what you want and you just want to be, like, an overpowered god and just go in and, like, sneeze on stuff and it dies. But the fact that it's going to level the playing field out and everyone's going to be more even is good for everybody, because it'll make the game more competitive in the sense, well, PvP and GVG and stuff as well, but it'll make the game more competitive in the fact that, like competitive amongst your friends or guild members or whatnot. So, like, for me, like, I've got the whole YouTube community on my Discord server and stuff, which I've now mentioned a few times, obviously, even a few times in this video. And we talk constantly and, you know, show each other's characters and what we're aiming for and all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of good, and you build these, like, friendly rivalry type things where you're like, oh, I'm going for this, oh, I'm going for that as well, and all this sort of thing. So when the playing field is leveled and everyone's kind of the same, has the same advantages and stuff, it's going to be good because you can, like, you know, level up and get stronger alongside your friends and stuff, and, like, compare and all that, rather than the tank people just taking over and the DPS people, like, struggling a little bit. I don't know, that's my opinion anyway. So I'm excited about that. And if I was a tank person, I honestly, I wouldn't be that bitter about it, because, like I just said, it's kind of the best for everybody, and I'm not that elitist type person where you know, I want everything and I want the best of the best, so it wouldn't really bother me too much. But that is exciting from a personal thing. That is exciting that they're gonna even it out. That's pretty good. They said that they're also going to adapt or change or mix up PvP and Gauntlet, I think it was, Trials Gauntlet. So I don't know what they're going to do there. And then they said that they're going to do something with Familiars as well. The one thing I was actually thinking with Familiars, what they could do, or maybe what they're doing, or I don't know, is kind of like, how to explain this? You know how there's games out there, right? And you start off with, we've got one ready to go, so I need to make this explanation quick, which does not bode well for me because I ramble. Okay, let's say there's a game, and you start off as I don't know, a fighter. We'll call him a fighter, right? Or her, a fighter, whatever. You can start off as a fighter. And then you get to, like, level 20. And then you pick, like, a branch. So you might go swordsman or shieldsman. I don't know, I'm running out of words. You go like the more offensive guy, or like the tankier guy. Yeah? And then maybe at level 50, each one of those then has another branch. So say you went the swordsman branch, you could go like, I don't know, like samurai or ninja or something, right? And then they have their own little nuances. And the tank guy could either be like a paladin or a guardian, right? And so you're getting you're kind of picking up what I'm putting down here. So you start off as a class, and then you get to a certain level and you pick up 2 classes, and then you get to another level, and out of those 2 classes you pick another 2, whichever tree you went. They could do that with familiars, right? So at the moment you start off with, like, you know, if say you're making shramps, right? You need Gramps, and you need Shrimp. So Shramps and Shrimp together to make Shramps. Then you need Shramps and whatever else it is to make Bobbidom. So that's like the next step up. So say you, effectively in this analogy, you start as Shramps, and then you level up into Bobbidom. And then maybe now, this new familiar things, they could then add another fusion or another couple of fusions to that. So you could fuse Bobbidom with X familiar to make this sort of Bobbidomi tank. Or you could fuse Bobbidom with another familiar to make this kind of Bobbidomi tank. So like, it's kind of like the split thing where you pick again, like you have your Bobbidom, and then you choose which fusion you want to go into, like which tree you want to go into. Hopefully that made sense. It's really hard to explain without actually drawing it, but I think maybe that made sense. And again, speculation, I don't know. Fanboy just got Bub, which is cool for him, and he's been trying to get that for a while, and it looks pretty freaking cool. So congrats on that, my friend. But that's some speculation from me. Not so much speculation as ideas that could happen. I did do a video of like top 5 mechanic changes they could make in Bit Heroes at like 6 months or more ago. And then I was thinking about making one for the new content as well, like 5 things, like 5 speculation things, but I pretty much just talked about them in the last 3 or 4 videos, so I don't really need to make a video on it, because if you're regular viewers and stuff, you've heard it all before. But they're just some things. I would highly doubt any of them are true, but that would be pretty cool if they were, because I think like getting familiars that people have had for ages, like Bobbidom and Wembo and stuff like that from early on, that I suggest getting them. If they can then add in another like 2 fusion options from them, like then all of a sudden your like fams that you've had forever that may be a little stale or feel boring or something just because you've been using them for the past like year or something, might feel fresh and they have like new abilities or something. I don't know. It seems kind of like a cool idea to me. Anyway, there is Thursday capture rate done. We did them all, right? We did 13 raids. We got some capture options for people we didn't need. We didn't get any of them. We saw 2 Oxla, and they're both pieces of crap that did not want to join us, so screw them. We'll find one that wants to join us eventually, and then those will be jealous because they didn't come with us, right? That's how it works. Either way, that is another video down. When it comes time to do Sunday item find, I highly doubt that this will be here. I'm expecting Sunday item find that this will now be a countdown. We'll see when it comes. If it is new content, then shit yeah, great. And when the new content does come out, I will do a video on the new content itself. So I'll do like the new zone. I'll do a video like clearing the new zone out and seeing what that's like and seeing what the bosses are and all that sort of stuff. And then I'll do a video on the new raid as well, like I did for the last 2 tiers that have come out. So I'll do those videos as well. So look forward to them. And but like I said, I think it's probably going to be at least another week after Saturday. So we shall see on Saturday, I guess. But that is it for now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. If you like this video, click here to see another one just like it. If you're new to the channel and like what I'm doing, click here to subscribe and become the newest member of the Chicken Coop. If you really like what I'm doing, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description, where you can help support me and help the channel grow. You'll also find a link to the channel's Discord server where you can chat with me and other members of the Chicken Coop. And don't forget to hit that notification bell.